On the Pillar Exterior stage, we're joined now by Jesse Rogers of ESPN to talk a little baseball. Jesse, how are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. As a diehard Dodgers fan, I think I'm okay because I said Dodgers in six anyway. But if you're me, Jesse, is there any concern that maybe the rest of the Yankees lineup could get it going?
Yeah, that maybe they woke up yesterday. I guess maybe a little bit, but the idea of the Yankees winning three more, including two on the road, this still seems far-fetched. I mean, only one team's ever done it, but I'd say at least they woke up a little bit. Look, that was the game to wake up, was a bullpen game. So,
Right.
there's a lot of talk last night at the game which Flaherty's going to show up. But I think you'd say the same thing about Garrett Cole because he hasn't been as dominant throughout the year. Now, he was last start. Both were. Which Cole and which Flaherty's going to show up. They're not on extra rest. They're on fumes. They really sort of aired it out last time out. So it just doesn't. You just don't know. I mean, it comes down to that starting pitching usually, and it's hard to imagine the Yankees winning three more, but we'll see.
Jesse, obviously the bullpen game was kind of a big story about Game 4. Do you agree with the Dodgers, philosophy or strategy to just preserve their best relievers in that Game 4 loss and just say, hey, like we'll get this done in 5?
Yeah, basically I do because they earn the right to do that. When you go up 3-0, you've earned the right to do what you need to do to make sure you close out the series. It sucks that, they're punting on a World Series game essentially, but that's the age we're in that, you're going to get a bullpen game by, each team most of the time and at least once in the series. You watch the playoffs, that's what it's been like for everyone. Detroit had it, Cleveland had it, go down the line and including the Dodgers. But when you go up 3-0, you can do what the heck you want as long as you don't lose 4 in a row, I guess, right? So I understand them punting when they got down and, after the Grand Slam, the game was, kind of over in the Dodgers' eyes in a lot of ways.
Jesse, let me ask you something. If the Dodgers want to get over the hump and close this thing out, or the Yankees want to at least make this competitive, which one do you think happens first? Judge gets it going, or Ohtani starts getting more quality ABs?
Well, no, I think the Yankees need Judge more than the Dodgers need Ohtani. I'm not sure if that's the question you asked, but the Yankees are just sort of, they're one-trick pony type stuff. Unless like Jazz Chisholm gets on the bases, they're just not that athletic. Stanton get thrown out. They need to bop. They need to slug. And if Judge gets going somehow, some huge night or like 3 games, then the Yankees have a shot. They're winning. The Dodgers are winning without Ohtani doing a lot, and he's hurting. He's in pain some. So, he gets a walk, he gets a hit here or there, but the Dodgers have already proven they can win without Freddie Freeman. They can win without Ohtani.
Clearly they can win without Muncy.
Right. In an individual moment or series, they can do that. They can't for the long haul, but the Yankees can't win much without Judge.
Jesse, have we talked enough about how impressive the Dodgers have been considering all of the injuries they've had to their starting pitching, and they're still a game away from winning a World Series?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I picked the Yankees in 7, so it looks like I'm going to be wrong. I think I picked the Dodgers to lose in the first round. So I'm with you. Very impressed. Very impressed. I'm very impressed by, it's a cliche, but by their camaraderie. I know every team at this point has it, but the Dodgers have a little LA in them, and I always sort of wondered if their cohesiveness and play for the next guy thing was as good as some of these other upstart teams, or even the Yankees, to be honest. I wasn't sure. Ohtani can be a little bit aloof in a way. Like, it's not as glued together from afar than I thought. But they're proving that they are. There's some glue guys in there. Kike Hernandez is a big-time glue guy. I think Betts and Freeman in their own way are. I don't think Ohtani necessarily is. We kind of know he's on an island by himself. But they have proven to be a tight team, tighter than I thought, and just as tight as anyone else in the playoffs, because you need to be there for the next guy if you're going to win 3 rounds and go deep into October. It takes a lot. It takes a lot out of you physically and mentally. So you've got to be there for each other, and the Dodgers have proven to do that.
Without the I feel like we're in the courtroom and somebody blurts something out and the judge says, jury, disregard what you just heard, even though it may have some validity. So I'm going to say, without the advantage of hindsight, who did you think going into this series needed success more, Boone or his counterpart in Dave Roberts?
I would probably say Boone, but it's close. And it basically, I mean, when you talk about a manager and success, it's bullpen moves. It's bullpen moves. And I say Boone because I think the Dodgers are deeper in the pen. I think Boone, and you're seeing it, he's relying on Luke Weaver in a big way. And we'll see what Luke Weaver has tonight. Mark Leiter Jr. was not even on the roster 7 days ago, and he's striking out Ohtani in key moments. I think he's thinner there in terms of the circle of trust. And so you saw Boone widely criticized for the Nestor Cortez move, and rightly so. So I think it was Boone because the decisions in the bullpen were going to be more important for him, and he made one big mistake, and I think he's been good since then.
Jesse, speaking of those decisions, I mean, it seems like a lot of those decisions are not, I don't want to say taken out of the manager's hands, but a lot of them are kind of predetermined either by the front office and analytics and those types of things. Like, do we put too much of that blame on the managers, or do you still think they have a more active role than maybe I'm giving them credit for?
No, I mean, they definitely still have an active role. They are certainly allowed to go by their gut in the moment. Now, I think that if every night one of these guys veered from the plan on every move and went with their gut, they'd be in trouble. So the point is, they're given their information, they're given a plan, or they come up with a plan with the front office, and then they still have that moment where they have to make a decision. And by the way, the plan can't go perfectly every night anyway. Mm-hmm. So they absolutely make some decisions at least in game. And sometimes if you stick to the plan too much, it's a mistake. I mean, Joe Maddon got criticized back in 2016. I was covering the Cubs because he was adamant about the pregame plan.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to adjust. Yeah. You remember. You have to adjust based on what you see. So they're given enough leeway. I mean, even the most sort of analytical front offices know that the manager still has to make decisions in the moment.
Let me ask you something, Jesse. Obviously Game 5, it is what it is so far in terms of performance. How are you pitting the moves, like the managerial decisions, versus guys just simply needing to play better in their assigned roles?
Well, look, it's a World Series. There are great players on each side, and yeah, the manager can only control so much. That's why you don't blame Boone for Aaron Judge, right? Necessarily, unless Boone, everything can go back to the manager. If the Yankees, end up losing in 5 and only scored in one game yesterday, people might say, well, Boone created a tighter atmosphere than Dave Roberts because, of course, you got to play like. Everything can go back to the manager, but most of the time, individual performance from a veteran doesn't, right? So, but he made the decision on Nestor Cortez. He's making the bullpen decisions. If Jose Trevino started over Austin Wells, if Trevino gave up 5 stolen bases and 5 pass balls, you would. So the controllables, we can blame the manager for.
Yeah, and Wells bailed him out last night, didn't he? Hit the ball.
Yeah, and the non-controllables, we shouldn't, but Look, it's all small sample size, short series stuff anyway. The real judgment is over 162 games, but that's not what we do, right?
Yeah.
So, I think common sense says you can look at the manager for some tangible, controllable things, and otherwise it's up to the players.
So, what do you think is the weight you'd put on the outcome of this series on whether Soto potentially becomes a Yankee or potentially a Met?
I would say 0. I think the fact that the Yankees went this far is good news for the Yankees when it comes to keeping Soto. Because, again, the camaraderie you create and build in a season and then a postseason is incredible. And if they really have talked about this family atmosphere more than normal. I think the Yankees elevated that camaraderie this year for whatever reason. And so I think that helps more than anything. So I don't think it has to be an outcome of a win. It's not like he's been a lifelong Yankee and they came up short and I need to come back to win it all. I don't think that's on his mind. What's on his mind is what a great atmosphere it's been for him to play in.
Jesse, do you think the Dodgers get it done in 5? Or you think this thing goes back to L.A.?
I think the Dodgers get it done with one caveat. If sort of the old Garrett Cole, meaning just like a year ago, shows up and just shoves, that's the one caveat. I don't think he really has it in him. I don't think he's just been as good this year, and he was good last start. I think that there's a 1 in 6 chance he shows up. That guy shows up, and then we're going back to LA. But I think the Dodgers can get to him, and I think they do win tonight.
Just let me get you out of here on this. Just play a little quick rapid fire with potential free agency. What do you think? I'm just going to give you 4 or 5 guys. Give me your opinion on what you think happens. Alex Bregman.
I think Alex Bregman is going to end up staying in Houston.
Willie Adames.
Willie Adames, definitely leaving. The easy answer would be the Dodgers.
Gleyber Torres.
Gleyber Torres is going to leave the Yankees. I don't know where he's going to go, though. I just don't have an answer on that one.
Give you 2 first basemen, Paul Goldschmidt and Peter Alonso.
Pete Alonso ends up re-signing with the Mets. The season and the October he had convinces Steve Cohen. Steve Cohen needs to convince David Stearns of it, but I think he re-signs with the Mets probably late. Just like all Boris clients. And Goldschmidt's a good one. I have a feeling he's moving on from the Cardinals. Let's start with that. I don't know exactly where he'd be. But I don't think it's going to be like the Marlins. Like it's going to be some team. The Giants are always looking for people for help. One of those kind of sort of mid-level teams that's looking to make a move. I don't think he jumps onto one of these elite, Philadelphia Phillies or whoever. Not that the Phillies need him, but so it's kind of like a mid-level team that could use the help. But I don't know where he's going to end up.
All right, I'll give you last 2, and one has the club option. What do you do with Marcell Ozuna?
He has a club option, right?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
one of them? Yeah. No, you exercise it. Look, the year that he had.
He's 34. Does it seem like that?
Yeah, no, you have to exercise it. Look, that division is stacked, and I don't. Once you let him go, you have to replace him. I don't think you can say no to him. I know they had the injuries, but even with the injuries, they weren't guaranteed of anything. I mean, without the injuries, they weren't guaranteed of anything. I think you have to exercise that option.
All right, last one. It's the Dodger fan in me. Teoscar Hernandez.
Yeah, he's not coming back.
Yeah.
He's not coming back. He's gonna.
Yeah.
He is going to get his payday. The great job by the agent, 1-year deal with the right team, recoup his value. He's going to get a big deal somewhere. I don't know where though.
Jesse, before we let you go here, since he got to ask all his stupid Dodgers questions, I'm going to ask my Red Sox question. Are they going to spend any money at all, or am I just going to have to keep dealing with this crap franchise?
Yeah, I was just writing up a Juan Soto potential free agent target type thing and did not include the Red Sox.
Cool.
7 other teams. I don't think they're going to spend a lot. I know Craig Breslow a little bit, and he's in his 2nd year. They're not pushing chips all in. They'll spend a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be for a big fish. I could be wrong about that because they knew their starting pitching fell apart in the second half. Their hitting was pretty good. I've always liked their lineup because they have lefties.
Yeah.
So
they got versatility.
Yeah, they have versatility. I like their lineup. It was funny. They started out the year pitching and not hitting, and then they ended hitting, not pitching, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, and so they'll definitely do something on their starting staff. I just don't think they're pushing the chips all in.
Yeah, fantastic.
Exactly what I wanted to hear. Thanks, Jesse. No, we appreciate the time. Enjoy whatever we got left of the baseball season.
Thanks,
all right?
Jesse. Always appreciate you.